What's going on, man? Always remember, whatever you think about comes about. Whatever you focus on grows. It expands. What's going on, man? He said the real Sunday service. Let's turn the comments off on IG. Appreciate everybody being here. What's up, Michael? Happy Thanksgiving. Easter. You get to go do silly shit with your kids. When my son was little, he would ask me to... Can you hear me okay on YouTube? I guess I should check, right? He would ask me to go re-hide the eggs. He'd want to look for them again. And I'd say, but his little game we would play. We would do this even when it wasn't Easter. Asked me to... there we go. I can hear me just fine. So, we used to do this little thing called a treasure hunt. He'd have me go hide treasure. I don't know. Treasure hunts are fun, man. Investing's kind of like an adult treasure hunt. I would ask him, I said, man, you want me to draw a map, go by. He says, YouTube is having problems. Error. Never had a problem with YouTube before. Give me just a second here. Huh. I feel like it's moving. Give me just a second here. Go re-hide the eggs. Alright, appears to still be working, man. I don't know what that was. Why are you shouting me down, man? Alright, YouTube, stop fucking with my mojo. So, we were talking about hidden treasure, man. Always remember, whatever you think about comes about. Whatever you focus on grows. This week on my story, I was showing you a property, man. That was a hidden treasure. When we get into the stock market, the great thing about the stock market is, like on this picture that I opened with, where are we at here, man? This here. I mean, look at this, man. You guys got it easy, man. It's terrible. It's pathetic how easy it is today. When I first started, you would get charts mailed to your house. You literally had to walk through snow to look at a fucking stock chart. Literally. And today we got it. It's on your phone. And all you got to do is push your thumbs. And there's still people go, I don't know. All right. You don't know about investing. You're still trying to figure that big one out. Like when this stuff gets so simple. I had a guy tell me, well, don't let me get sidetracked. The money flow trading, it's probably a misnomer. In the book, I call it the money flow trading system, and it can be a trading system, depending on how down the weeds you want to get, kind of rules you want to set for yourself. But for me, it's a way of finding treasure. And what I was realizing is I don't believe anybody knows direction. I don't know direction. But I began to realize that there were certain tools, there were these things that we could use. They called them indicators. You could put it on a chart, and they're just mathematical formulas. This is just a math formula. You can go look up the RSI. And all this is this thing we call the RSI. And if you've never seen a chart, just go with me. Just pretend like you understand what I'm talking about. On a chart, these are just math, like from fourth grade. You did graphing. Little Johnny, shade in square one. You'd shade it in. It's not much more complicated than that, okay? Most things in life is about that simple. Now, everybody likes to fancy it up because they're smart, right? But most things that I've done, the things that I've done to become a millionaire are like really simple. I just did them over and over and over and over in an ongoing feedback loop looking for a pattern. It's called recursion, right, in science. A fractal's a never-ending pattern. That's all I did, look for patterns. That's what professional gamblers do. It's what poker players do. They look for patterns, card patterns, setups. What is the chances statistically that the next card could be XYZ? And what is that guy probably holding? And it's just simple. It's not complicated, man. And so as we look at charts, it gets super simple. And some things you can just take on faith. And you say, well, what if you're wrong? Okay. A lot of times you're going to be right. So as long as you show up, as long as you do it every day, as long as you're consistent over time, strategy is going to work. What doesn't work is people. Meaning you can show them, hey, if you stay on Highway 10, don't get off, just keep going, you'll get there. You say, that's it? Just straight down that road? That's it, straight down that road. And they will take a fucking left. You do it all the time. People say, what are you talking about? You took a left. You were going straight. The guy said, hey, if you go from here to there, you're going to get rich. And you said, yeah, but what about over here? And you veer off the path. I call that the straight line, and it's a confusing subject. And so if we come to stocks and we try to define, if we're looking at the money flow, I'm trying to internalize this, right? This is what I want to see when prices move up. I don't give a fuck what anybody else says. This is what I see. Nothing else. That's it. Simple. You say, yeah, but what about? Nope. Simple. All of a sudden, I just simplified things. And when inside of simplicity comes strength. Let's repeat that. You said, I thought we were talking about stocks. We are. Inside of simplicity comes strength. So what makes the money flow work is this is what I'm looking for, and I believe all stocks are always moving inside of the money flow. Now, I may not be able to clearly see it. Maybe it shades. Maybe it's not perfect. But then I look at something like AT&T and I said, Lord, it's like it came from heaven. It looks exactly the same. And you say, Gerald, how could you write a book 5 years ago and the pattern is right here in front of me, man. Right here in front of me. And there's still people like, I don't know. And so if you look, and I said, I wonder if this RSI thing could help me determine, not approximately, not exactly, but the general location of a top and bottom. Is that possible? Well, it's only possible if you actually stayed on the path. Say, what do you mean? You own the shares. Yeah, Gerald, there's a war in Russia and there's this and that. Maybe I should sell them. Go left. So this stock here will travel for the rest of your life. You'll die and this stock will still be doing this. Okay? Now, you say, why do you emphasize that? I need you to understand it's bigger than you. Like you come at this with your little pea brain, with your little bitty problems in life, like they're big things. Rest of us don't care. So when you get up tomorrow and your wife and you guys are fighting, this stock doesn't give a shit about any of that. Nothing. It's going to trade whether you get up or not. It doesn't care about you at all. That's how big this game is, man. That's how big it is. It's bigger than me, bigger than you. The money flow pattern has been going on where prices go sideways, rip above the 5-day, run up, stop, go sideways. And you say, man, what are you talking about? Look. See, I can see it. You see it? I see it. Fractals, never-ending pattern. Fractals are infinitely complex patterns that are self-similar across different scales. They are created by repeating a simple process over and over again in an ongoing feedback loop, driven by recursion. I doubt you know what that means. Fractals are images of dynamic systems. You know what a dynamic system is? Bitcoin. The only people going to get rich on Bitcoin are people that watch Bitcoin. Oh, that's so funny. That's so funny to me. If price is below this green line, inside the money flow, we believe that's negative. It's bearish. Does that mean sell? Maybe. Depends on your window. Depends on your time frame. Depends on the goal. What are you trying to accomplish? Now, we look for confirmations, meaning, yeah, the event is happening, but is there a confirmation? Inside of the book, I talk about these moving averages. Man, I just jumped a bunch there. I went from RSIs of velocity. This is an oscillator. RSI measures price velocity, meaning if you jumped off a building, as you were going down, you would start to pick up speed. And then you would hit maximum velocity. What does maximum velocity mean? You can't go no faster. That's it. You're done. This is as fast as you're going. 186 or whatever it is. I don't know. That's what happens in stocks. This here says you're done. Stop. You went too far too fast. And whenever you see that appear on a chart, this is a holy moment. It's a special occasion. It's bigger than you, bigger than me. Some people think they know better. Oh, Gerald, I know RSI's worked for 5,000 years, but you know what I know? I had a dream last night. People tell me that I had a dream. I was like, you had a dream? And he said, I had a dream. Everyone needs to sell all their Bitcoin. Oh, okay. You dreamed that? I dreamed it. Oh. And you want me to do what with that? Well, I need to tell you. Oh. Are you saying that God speaks through you? You're like clairvoyant? You can read the future? I'm trying to understand, how do we classify this? He goes, what do you mean? I dreamed it. Okay. You often dream the future? This is how we're doing stocks? I don't think so. This pattern of price will flow. Now, I just made fun of some of you. You'd be like, yeah, but I did dream it, Gerald. I can't believe Gerald wouldn't issue a sell signal because I had a dream last night. Fucking wow. Okay. Sideways up, sideways down, sideways up, sideways down. The dream indicator. How do we quantify the dream indicator? Could be guts. Could be your internal sense of universal connectiveness that you're so in tune with the markets that even in your sleep, you have the answer. Could be. I don't know. I follow this pattern. So as price breaks that green line, if we're looking at the money flow, that's over here. The red, that means price closed under the average of the last 20 days, which is 1 month of trading. Bam. And it'll be visually represented on this chart as price below that green line. Right there. Right there. Closing under it. And that confirms what we already know. And you say, how do you know? Because we already drew the top. We got the top. You say, how can you know the top? Because it was the last day. I had an influencer and he goes, well, we don't know if that was the bottom. Yeah, we do. What do you mean? It was the bottom. Until when? Till the next one. That's the bottom. February 24th, Russia invaded the Ukraine. Stocks opened down big. That's the bottom. What if it goes below it? Then it ain't the bottom. Right now it's the bottom. Oh, he's in the futures game. He's in the guess game. I'm not in the guess game. It is what it is. Stage 4 decline. That's what this is. And you say, how far can it go? I don't know. I don't know. I don't have dream indicators. I'm not clairvoyant. Can't read the future. Don't think you are. If you were, you'd be a billionaire. So quickly. Guys, with the information that I know and the understanding of the markets and asset classes, if I could know for fucking certain 3 times in a row, I'd be a billionaire. If I could know 3 times, just simply 3 times for certain, I'd be a billionaire. You say, how? Well, I just go all in on that bet, leverage it, go all in on that bet, leverage it, go all in on that bet. Boom, billionaire. It's not that hard. Maybe you don't believe in your dream indicator. Because if I had a dream indicator, I'd be rich. You see how crazy that sounds? So we trade a pattern that's bigger than us, that was here before us, that'll be here after us. And how we interpret the pattern or how we move around the pattern is up to us. And I'm just a messenger. An ambassador of what it is. And what it is a really beautiful thing. We simplify it for the kids in the back. Me, who am I? I was born in a trailer park. Born in a trailer park, just bought a beach house. I've never done anything complicated. Money flow is simple. Everything I do is easy. Simple, not easy. Simple. Distinction, right? And I've been saying that a lot in my content recently. This is super simple. It's just not easy because they say, hey, here's the road, here's the path, here's the lane. Just go there. Down I-10, keep going, 300 miles, you'll be there. All right. Hey, take a left up here. I had a dream. I was watching YouTube and then I had this dream. I think a crash is coming, Gerald. Oh boy, that talk has been going heavy. I got friends just constantly talking to me about this. Guess what I know what not going to happen? You guys are not going to be right because everyone seems to agree. That's not how it works. The universe has never been that disordered. It's always a surprise. Accumulation is when price moves sideways. Plus, why aren't you an opportunist? I see opportunity every day, everywhere. Opportunity. You say, yeah, but shh. Opportunity. That's what I'm saying. Meaning, I'm too busy looking for opportunity to be as worried as you are because I'm looking for opportunity. You say, well, what if you don't find a lot? It means we look. Yeah, what do you mean? The road, straight, 10, keep going, down 10, and just keep going. Yeah, but what about that on the... No, keep going, straight, keep going. Simplicity. And so if you have a pattern that you look for stocks and they're not appearing, you don't do anything. You don't go left or right. And what you go, but Gerald, what if it's 3 months? You keep going down 10. And so you stay with your strategy. Now, a lot of people disagree with me. A lot of people think you should move in and out, do all kind of crazy shit and constantly change and roll. Go with the times, change with the times. Every other 90 fucking days, you should have a new business idea, be studying something new, just constant new shit in your head. Okay. What about mastery? What about becoming a master? You don't become a master violinist changing fucking instruments every year, by the way, just so you know. Tiger Woods didn't become great at golf playing badminton. Now, a lot of people would have you playing badminton and golf isn't doing well. Well, he's still playing golf and he's still great. Why? Because he plays the same game, man. So, for all of you for the last 5,000 years, whenever price closed under that green line, it's bearish. Where do we think it's going? Well, if I'm following the money flow pattern, I think price is going to do this. It's going to go sideways, going to run up, going to go sideways, come down, and it goes to where it was before. You say, what do you mean? As we go down our checklist, now each one of these is a whole class in a course. I'm just blowing through it. But you see where it says number 5, pillar number 5, support and resistance zones. Price has memory. Price has memory. Just pretend like you understand what I'm saying. You'll get it faster. So rather than saying, well, I don't get it, shh. Just say you do. Pretend. Lie to yourself. If price goes under it, I assume it goes to the next one. And you say, what do you mean? The previous stage 1 becomes the target. There's your 3. You say, well, you don't know if that's the top. That's the top. And you say, well, what if it goes higher? Then it's not the top. They say, well, you can't buy bottoms. Bullshit. I can buy every bottom. That's different. You said the bottom. I said every bottom. Slight difference, right? Because the money flow recognizes, no, I don't know. Nobody knows. Don't need to know. Don't need to know. And when it turns, guess what? It's going to turn when other people didn't know. And then they're going to look back and say, yeah, it looks like that was the bottom. Yeah, no shit. But when it was the bottom, it still looks bad, right? So if you're trying to use reason and logic, you're always going to be behind. Because price is going to change first. And then it is what it is. So as this comes down, no matter how bullish you are, if it comes down, we got to assume it's coming to like 420. I'll have followers that'll be like, man. Now, they claim to understand the money flow. They claim they read the book. They've got the course. They've been looking at the market for a year. And they'll be fucking shocked when it's right here. And I'm like, so, bro, there's a whole, it's half the strategy. Half of it is it's going down and sideways. Like the only way for you to win is it goes down. It's got to give you a price to get in. And all the guys that own real estate now don't want it to go down. And all the guys that want to get in hope it comes down. Well, goddamn, which is it? Hold on, Gerald. Are you saying there's people that own real estate right now that do not want the price to come down? Yes. You're saying there's people right now who want to buy prices when they do come down. They claim they do. Yes. And you might be on both sides of the equation. You say, what do you mean? Guys, I've owned it for 20 years. Okay, it comes down. Same with stocks. So if we know that, we know it comes down, we know this is going to happen. Oh my God. What if we decide to stay on I-10 with this knowledge? You say, what do you mean? He said that if I keep going on this road straight, that I'll get to here. Yeah. All right, well, let's do that. Yeah, why don't you take this exit up here? I know a shortcut. So, let's look at Twitter. We own Twitter. Let's look at Twitter. Let's go to our friend the RSI. Not always right. I don't always drink beer, but when I do, I don't always use oscillators, but when I do, it's this one. This is one of my great friends. I trust it way more than dreams. I do way more. I trust it way more than the news. Way more. So intimate. And I got people who claim to understand the money flow. They've read the book, got the course, and you see this, and they're like, Gerald, Elon Musk is buying Twitter. And all the money flow shit went right out their head. But it's Elon Musk, Gerald. I know. Money flow system is fractal. A fractal's never-ending pattern. Fractals are infinitely complex patterns that are self-similar across different scales. They are created by repeating a simple process over and over again in an on-back feedback loop. Driven by recursion, fractals are images of dynamic systems. So is Bitcoin, by the way. The pictures of chaos. Geometrically, they exist between our familiar dimensions. Fractal patterns are extremely familiar since nature is full of them. Here's a simple one. You walk outside. Fuck, looks like it's going to rain, bro. Are you a meteorologist? No. You're using a fractal pattern, meaning every time it rained at your house, it looks the same. And you've determined from that, I'm going to project weather projections. Why do you think it's going to rain? Look, dipshit, look at the clouds. And we all can now predict the weather, right? No, it's just a pattern. Same in this, man. Same in business. These patterns are everywhere, man. And the money flow is about seeing patterns in life, bro. At home with your wife, you know when she's about to get mad. You know when your boss is getting. You can see it. What is that? That's a pattern. You see patterns in yourself, man. That's a pattern. And how easily we let others disrupt our pattern. Gerald, it's Elon Musk. I know. What do we do? Well, everyone, same thing. RSI's banging. What do? We trim it. Now, notice what price did. It went sideways. Look at this support. Big stage 1 there. Man, this is so picture perfect. Now watch. You say, Gerald, but you would have called that a stage 1. I know. And this one. Shit. Depending on what our evaluate, well, not that one. And you say, why not? Well, if you had my course on stock charts, you see that? See that big fat balloon? Broken family, we call it. That pattern, that on a chart needs to come together. For a while, I was telling people, go listen to the Beatles, man. Even you guys that like hip hop, go listen to the fucking Beatles. Okay, stop bullshitting. That song, "Come Together." Shh, that's a trading song, man. You said a trading song, dude. Beatles have been teaching you to trade stocks your whole fucking life, and you ain't been listening. The language of trading is all around you. It's so simple. If you just opened your eyes, you'd get rich. You drive by money every day. It's everywhere. Your problem is you. The opportunity is everywhere. I see people see concern and fear, and all I see is opportunity, man. What are you talking about? Money is everywhere. Flowing, changing hands. Oh, my God. You're getting me off track, man. Man, I wish you were as opportunist as I was. People think I'm pissed. I'm not pissed. I'm mad that we're not taking advantage of all this opportunity around us. Fuck, dude. Every house I drive by is like, why don't I own that one and that one and that one and that one and that one? And I see people making excuses not to own them instead of to own them. Why don't I own this stock and that stock and this one? The fact that I wake up every day and there's people that know me and they don't own Bitcoin pisses me off. That's what pisses me off. Not that it might go up or down. I don't give a fuck if it goes up or down. I need it to go down. If you don't understand that, you're too stupid to do stocks. Period. You need to go do something else. If you don't understand, like you're out of church, get out, leave. Anybody that can't understand that price going down is to their benefit should not be in the stock market. It is self-evident. It is a pattern that has repeated itself over and over and over, regardless of your feelings. For the last 5,000 years, there's been markets. People have traded bonds and notes in different formats on different platforms. But it ain't no different. They traded rice and spices and gold. And in the 1700s, they started trading bonds. And your family didn't participate. Your family didn't buy bonds in 1700. Why not? Well, they moved over and came and started a town called Manhattan. Why didn't your descendants buy a piece? Why don't they own Kentucky? Why didn't your grandfather... Well, you said, well, Jesus, houses are expensive, Gerald. Yeah, they were when your grandfather was there, too. He chose not to participate. Just like we do. People say, well, it was different. No, it wasn't. Shut up. Stop. It's the same thing over and over and over. It's called it's a feedback loop. Same shit over and over and over. This stock set up exactly. And I've said this over and over and over. All breakouts look exactly the same. Price breaks out above this green line. Period. All of them. On every stock chart. Once you understand that, man, this game gets so much. You're like, wait, these are exactly the same. Yes. So you're saying I just do the same thing over and over? Yes. Why don't we take this exit up here? As we come down, oh my God, man. Look at what's happening, the S&P 500. Look what's happening. It's going down. That is a good thing. Why? We want to get it back here at 417. I don't want that to be the last chance I get to buy it at 417. Are you telling me it could be the last time? I got 40 more fucking years. I don't want it to keep going up. All of a sudden, when you see it like that, you're like, wow, okay. All right, I get what he's saying. I mean, he's trying to play the game for trying to win. Yeah, trying to win. Now, you could shorten this window. I was doing the other day, all right? You think you understand the money flow? Okay, smart guy. What direction is that? Down. All right. So on this day, watch. On this day right here, we had a big rally. You had a rally in a down move, meaning you had an up day, but price is below the 20, right? Where's price? Right there. It is going down. And they're like, but it might go up. It's not going up. It's going down. It's below the 20. Where's the next target? Down here, not up there. Unless what? It completes a stage 1. Is it a stage 1? No. It just became a 4. So if you're on the wrong side of the money flow, maybe you had a dream. See, I don't have a dream indicator. I'm just looking at what I have. Where's the 10-day? Below the 20. Where's the 5-day? Below that. So numerically ordered 1 week, 2 week, 3 week on this chart. Do you even understand what I just said? Think of all the dumb shit you know, and there's people who might not understand that. But they know all kinds of information that does nothing for them. Think on that, man. That always fascinates me. This is going down to here. You say, come on, Gerald, how do you know that? Well, we don't know for certain, but what it allows us to do is to add chaos or add order to the chaos. And you say, hold on, let me see what you're saying. Go back with me in time, if you would, back to a time back in the beginning of the year, 2022. And it was a sad time for a lot of my followers as the markets plummeted. Let's see. It was a sad, sad time. Come on, man. A lot of sad, sad times. And as we look back in these sad, bad old days at the beginning of the year, price plummeted, right? When it's going down, what am I looking for? Well, I'm looking for the RSI to go extreme. Meaning, I don't really care until that happens. Meaning, I don't trust any stop. You say, well, maybe this is the bottom. I'm going to buy it. It's not the bottom. It is not a stage 1. It has not built a box. It didn't trigger the RSI. It is not going sideways. It is not a stage 1, which means it is a stage 4. It could take weeks to months for this to play out as it comes down, right? So as I'm watching this, starts to go up, boom, Down we go. Down, down, down. What am I looking for? A box to be built, right? I need a low price to bounce off of it. It holds for a minimum of 4 days. Going sideways, right? And then what? I need price above that 5-day. And so all bottoms start to look the same. Start to look the same. Now you might say, now watch. Look where it stopped. This is crazy. Where it stopped before. Pretty wild, huh? So when this goes down, where am I looking for it to stop? Where it stopped before. Thereby completing the pattern. You say, come on, man. What if it doesn't? Okay. But what if it does? Well, that gives you is order, brings order to the chaos. What that does is when but it's Elon Musk, Gerald. It's Elon Musk. I know. It's also a 75, 78 RSI, right? Now, what is the company worth? Let's go to tip ranks. I mean, you got to outsource this. You got to outsource. Some of you guys take this for fucking granted. You're like, you don't even realize the power at your hands. People do not understand the wealth building power in your hands in a cell phone. It's shocking how much power is in your hands. The idea, and I know most of you take this for granted. You just put it, you type it in. Here's what most people do. This is how for granted they take it. They type it in and then bitch about these people. Like, they did not go to finance school. They've never actually read an entire balance sheet. Most people have virtually fucking zero skills at reading a balance sheet or understanding modern accounting, how things are tracked and earnings and like, honestly, come on. Most people know next to nothing. So what this gives you is at least that some other people smarter than you have an opinion. And that is so valuable when we're doing something so simple. So as I look at this and I say, okay, up until, I'm Elon, Gerald, but it's Elon. Up until Elon came involved, the value by everyone on Wall Street for this stock was $45. So we started selling at what? $50. Why? It's full value. I want to get out. But it's Elon, Gerald. I know. If it's all right with you, I'm just going to stay with my strategy, man. I'm just going to stay on 10. Just keep going. You say, but we should exit up here. There's a giant chicken on the side of the road. We could take pictures in front of it. All right. I guess we could do that. But we got to get back on the road. We got to keep going on 10. You say, what do you mean? I got to get my money. I got to roll it, man. Now, do I want to get completely out? No. Why? That's been answered, man. It has nothing to do with him. It has to do with, look, 5 days above the 10, 10's above the 20, man. Meaning the input, the reason for the move has nothing to do with what to do. We know what to do. Right? We downsize. It's that true value. Now, we could keep some. I'm going to keep it. Let it go. Maybe it goes meme stock. Cool. We followed our rules and we caught some meme. Right? Good. All right. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe that all falls through. I don't know. Look at AT&T. Wow, man. Look at this. Look where it stops. Now, when you're banging the RSI and you're in 1, 2, 3, 1% of the previous high, I mean, look at this. Do you think it's going to go much higher? Now, I had a lot of people that follow me. Should we buy AT&T? I'm like, bro, you have the book. You took my course. You claim to listen. The RSI is 73. We're coming into a previous high. Are we buying here? Is this the setup we buy on? This? Do we really buy this after it runs up and bangs the? I mean, are we buying threes? Is that what we're doing? Come on, man. Come on, man. Wow. And I wonder, man, what kind of dumb shit has this guy had his mind on the last 2 to 3 weeks that he got scrambled here? Like, what is going on in his life that this, after you've been exposed to me, anybody that's met me, that is calm, like it shocks, like I meet with people all the time. And I always think, like, if I met me, what would I ask me? You know? And I just got to believe that it has something to do with this. Stage threes. That would be what I would want to talk to me about. Joe, how do you identify stage threes? Like, what is it what do you, you explain it to me. Nobody ever asked me that, though, man. The other one they don't ever ask me is, why don't I own more real estate, Joe? Because I could tell you why. Let's see. Because you don't look at it. You say, what do you mean? You get whatever you look at, bro. Like, watch. Just watch it. Go watch Bitcoin every day. First thing you do every day for the next 30 days, look at the price of Bitcoin. And then go read an article on Bitcoin. Every day, do it the first thing you do. Just keep doing it day after day. Watch what happens. That's how you attract it, man. So if you want to own more, you got to walk more. Go look at them. So when this price ran up, look, that is always a stage one buy. Price puts in a bottom. Can you identify them? You go, what do you mean? It's the lowest low on the chart, man. It's currently the lowest low. I then get 4 days that hold it. Now this one got a little bouncy, look. But that's because this move was so exaggerated. Comes down a little, bottom holds there, and there's your new stage one buy right there. You go, what do you mean? We got a low. Could roll it over here if you wanted, I guess, but you don't need to. You got a low, your anchor point, right? Where's the anchor on the high here? You say, what do you mean anchor point? Anchor points, man. Nobody ever asked me about anchor points either. Why don't you guys ask me the smart questions? You say, what's an anchor point? It's the highest high on a chart, man, in flow time. Let's call it flow time. And you go, what do you mean? It's connecting in a wave. Bottom, top, bottom. Where's the top? Come on, man. It's not that complicated, right? You could take one to here. Well, we could go here. And then what? Then we go down to here. There's an anchor point, right? These anchor points are important. Why? Because they add structure to a chart, right? There's one there, right? What are they? The highest highs and the lowest lows. So when a guy says, well, I don't know if the bottom's in. You can't. Well, I don't need to know, first off. And I do know because I can look at the chart, man. What he's talking about is some futuristic fucking mind reading stuff. No, I can't do that. But I can operate off of where's the low. It's right there, man. Right there, anchor point. And so as I move forward in real time, guess what? This changes. So on Monday, if this breaks down, guess what? New anchor point. You go where? Right here. And you say, where's the bottom? I don't know. But here's the previous low. That's how we get support. And there's this pattern where price moves up, moves down, moves sideways, moves down. So when it moves down, I just assume it's going to the one it was before. That's how we get support. And then you go, well, how do we know if it's going to hold? We wait and see if there's a stage one. And you go, you can own Bitcoin with that? Yeah. You'd be rich. All you had to do was exactly what I just said with Bitcoin for the last 10 years, and we would all be rich. Think on that. Everybody that's owned Bitcoin for like 4 or 5 years, if you applied the money flow religiously, And you say, what about selling? I don't know. We work out some rules for that. That's not that complicated. We can meet, think on a best strategy for that. You know, but at the end of the day, understanding a stage 1 and a stage 3 is the game. Is this an accumulation phase or is this a distribution? Distributions happen at true value. You say, what do you mean? If a beach condo is worth $350, as it pushes above $350, right? If this is the top of the market, you're going to have forces. What? There's nobody selling them any higher. Nobody's buying. So if there's no buyers, what does it do? It starts to come down. And then you get buyers. Then you don't have some, and you get some. You don't have some, and you get some. And then you get this stage thing being built. Well, in the stock market, it happens lightning fast, man. Fast. Quick. People can click a button. They don't go through a title company and put it up for fucking sale. It takes 6 months. They don't do that, man. They quick. So it moves fast. Cycles in the market move fast. It's one of the things that people who are real estate people don't understand about stock market, man. And you go, what do you mean? Man, as soon as everybody thinks it moves. Instantly. Boom. Next day. So if we all get negative on housing, it's going to take time. We got to list them. Got to call a realtor. Got to sit down. There's a lot of friction. There's not friction on Bitcoin. You just hit a button. You get your money. So it moves fast, man. Fast. Much faster. Much faster. So you gotta mentally understand that when you come into this game here, man. So as an investor, if I know it's moving faster, what does that allow me? You're like, all right, so listen up, Mr. Investor. Stocks go up, stocks go down. They don't care about you. We established that. They're just going to go up and they're going to go down. And where they're trying to go is true value. What do we think AT&T's worth? You say, well, what if true value goes up? Stock goes up. Over time. Come on, man. Woo! $26. Now, if I'm an investor, you say, Gerald, but you just made fun of a guy buying a stock on a 73 RSI. And it's worth $29. I know. But what else do I know? It goes in cycles. And you say, what do you mean? Meaning it can go sideways, run up. Oh, whoop, went too far. Was it done going up? No. Came down. But then what? Now we're going back up again. The value of the company was the value of the company, right? Now, the value's been rechanged because they took out some. Was that affect? No, doesn't really affect anything. Money flow, man. So, if this is undervalued, this is where it'll blow your mind. This is where the casual player doesn't get it. You say, well, maybe I don't want to sell any. I don't. Me personally, I'm not selling any, but I'm not buying any. Why? Short term, in the short window, it's overbought. It's moved too far too fast. This needs to be digested. The swing traders, the day trader, they need to get their money. People are going to take gains. There's going to be people who disagree. The stock market itself may pull back. So the stock market itself gets banked. Did you notice? I don't know if you noticed. The SPY, the S&P 500, is in a downtrend right now. It's going down. It's down. So if we look at, where's the NASDAQ? Down. Where's the likely target? 320. So when a guy says to me, do you think the market's going? I think the money flow, man. Like, you don't need to ask me that. You need to learn the money flow, man. You need to be able to open the door, look outside and go, fuck, it's gonna rain. Why? A fractal's a never-ending pattern. Fractals are infinitely complex patterns that are self-similar across different scales. They were created by repeating a simple process over and over again. This is a pattern. It's a fractal pattern. And you'll see it. We back it up. Now, sometimes does it get a little, we call these gray areas in charting, or at least I do on my courses. I make up some of my own words. But if we back up, can you see it? Can you see the sideways up, sideways down? Can you see it? I had a guy saying, I think you make this up. Okay. All right, bro. We'll go with that. We'll go with I make it up. This little pattern here. What he misses and misunderstands, one of the basic tenets of the money flow. If we back this up to a weekly, you thought I forgot about. I was going to go on a lower time frame. What do you see? Left to right, up, up. And what? Periodically goes what? Down. Periodically. But Gerald, it's Elon. I know. Every once in a while it goes down. I know it's Elon. Every once in a while it goes down. Different reasons, different things. Right? Now, if we back this up to a monthly, maybe I'm completely delusional. Let's go back. What is that? 12 years. What do you see? Now, your parents didn't do this. You know why? It's risky. This is so risky. Look how risky it is. Look how risky it is. So risky. And look, these are periods where it goes down. Right? And as we begin to take that down through the eyes of the money flow, through the lens of the money flow, what I'm trying to do, if I'm an accumulator, is I want to buy the bottoms. Yeah, it might not be the bottom, but it's probably the bottom. Probably. I'm pretty good at it, to be honest. But I know what they look like. Right? I just keep it simple. I'm not looking to make it complicated. People are like, but have you read this Federal Reserve report about? No, bro. No, I didn't read that. Why? Just stay on 10, bro. Just stay on 10. You don't need to know that. Anything you read that takes you off the money flow, okay. I don't know what to say, man. The fundamental principle is that things go up. And it's been that way since for 5,000 years. Things go up. You say that's not true. That is true. It is true. I'm sure property values went down during the Black Plague. I mean, I'm just assuming. And guess what? Somebody bought it, started renting it out. Like the game didn't change, man. They literally still call you a landlord. Like this game is old, man. This stock game is old. The same things are happening. So if we can step back, remember one of the big 10 pillars when you get my book, the big 10 pillars. See the big picture. So when was the best time to have bought Twitter? After Elon got involved and it was on the news? Now, if you do that, I want you to understand how weak a position in life that is. So now you're involved. I'm trying to get you in before Elon. I'm trying to get you in before the move. See? Because now we've been selling it. Do we have to sell it all? No, we don't sell it all. But you got to stick to what you were doing. Where was the best time to have bought it? Looks like when the day Russia invaded the Ukraine. I'd be curious to know what Elon's purchase dates were. Now, there was a whole lot of dipshits that sold this at the open. Mostly on the futures exchange, not in real life. So the best day to buy it was when the worst news had come out. And then the money flow would say, well, you need a bottom and then you need price above the 5-day moving. There's your breakout. Right? Look at that, man. So that's Twitter. I think I've just proven to you that the money flow would have got you in just fine on Twitter. But here's the problem. You had to have been following Twitter. Is it a secret? Is it a secret stock you didn't know about? You needed to be in a newsletter to know all about it? No. Shit, President Trump told you about it all the time. Right? The money flows all around you, man. It's everywhere. You just got to have your eyes open. You got to want to see opportunity. Are there opportunities around you? There's so many, you can't even fucking comprehend them. You can't actually take them in because the other shit your brain is on. The other things that are voices in your head, the other people that are talking to you, the things you see, keep you from seeing what is right there and evident that God himself is like laying out and saying, hey, look, open your eyes, look around you, man. It's right here. It's right here. Oh, you're wasting my time. Talking to me in church, you should not talk, but you should listen. You just talked as if you know it. Twitter is going into a stage 3 right now. Distribution, sideways movement. So we want to get down to about half a share and then see. Maybe this stage 3 turns into a stage 1. AT&T, because it's still way undervalued, is going into, should you buy it here? No, absolutely not. If anything, I might trim it to add to a dividend stock with a better opportunity, but I'm not going to, but I'm not adding. I'm either going to wait for stage 3 to turn into a stage 1 or for a pullback and then a new setup. If we go look at Ford and you go, well, that could take a while. Yeah, that could take a long time, man. This is a long-term game, man. So if we go look at Ford, there's a stage 1. There's a stage 1. Tried to break out, right? And now what? We appear to be trying to build a stage 1. But let me show you something on this one. You notice I haven't been adding. You say, I got a lot of people, Joe, do you like Ford? I like Ford. I like Ford a lot. I'm in the stock. I'm getting the dividend. I liked it at $4 better. I liked it when nobody else liked it. That was when it was a good deal. When everybody hated it, that was a good deal. This is not a good deal. But notice this. Notice this. That's why I haven't added, man. You know, it's not extreme. It's not. It got sort of maybe there, but no, not really. Not really. I'm fucking greedy. I like it to come down, man. I want to see some people scared. If it's not scaring people, I don't know. I need this to come down, man. You know, if I have other opportunities where it's in the green, where it's put some hurt on people and there's upside and it pays a dividend, much rather have that. Does that mean this can't go up? No, it doesn't mean that. But I'm being greedy, man. I want the bottom, bro. I want to buy the bottom. So that, you know, what is this worth? Now, if it keeps drifting at some point, I may change my thesis on that. But what is Ford worth? $20. It's undervalued 30%. Nice, right? So if we're looking at the money flow, one started to go, two over. It's just doing these littles and then down, littles and down. We're just straight walking it down. Nope, not doing anything for me. Not cheap enough yet. I'd rather buy a breakout or wait for it to go lower. Just breakout or wait for it to go lower. Look where this stopped, man. Literally the previous high. There's the lowest low. I mean, look at this, man. Stage 1 buy, up, stop. Hits the previous high and then literally turns down. Crazy. So when you come to the money flow, you have to start with the idea that over time, prices are going to go higher. They're going to drift higher and higher and higher. And in the process of doing that, price is going to do this pattern. But when you look at it, a lot of times people see it as linear. And the truth is, it's more at an angle. So as price climbs, the pattern itself will go sideways, run up, go sideways, comes down. Say it goes sideways, then it runs up. And you're going to get this, a lot of times, this slight. That's a stock that's money flowing to the upside. Even when it pulls back, it then bounces and heads higher. These are stocks with expanding multiples. The fundamentals are good. Prices are moving higher, right? And you'll get the same thing to the downside. Go look at growth stocks. It's still going to do the pattern sideways. It's going to try to break out, right? It's going to try to break out. And it's going to go sideways. And then what? It's going to come down, break through that one, and then start to go sideways. And then it'll go to break out. But it's doing it to the downside. And that's where you'll get people get fucked with, well, the money flows now, man. The nature, everything has changed. These are going down. They're out of favor. When these turn, all these ones, as on the way back up, obviously, as things turn around, things start to go back up, obviously all those ones start to look smart. But that's in retrospect, right? So be careful what the asset you own. It needs to meet the compliance, the idea that over time this is going to go higher. If it's not, then you got to trade it, right? You got to shorten your window on how you're doing things. We don't want to trade things that can go to zero. So the moment you have that, moment that's in your mind, it's hard to money flow, and it's hard. At its core is that over time, asset prices go higher. And so essential. And until, for me, until you're a believer in your asset class, man, it's going to be hard, man, because you just won't have conviction. The moment I don't have conviction on things, I don't want to own them. And the moment, like I have friends that I don't trust, I really don't want to hang out with them. If I have people who don't believe, I don't want to listen to them a lot. Like I need to limit that, right? I need to control what comes into my mind, what I'm believing, even if it's not true. Human beings can create their own truth. And the guys say, well, you're just creating a repeatable pattern that tries to buy bottoms and sells into strength. It's like, you figured me out, bro. Like, you figured it out. Yep, that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to create a repeatable pattern that buys bottoms and sells into strength. You got me. You beat me up there. So instead of buying Twitter, I would have been selling into Twitter, right? Instead of buying AT&T, I'm either selling into this or not buying. Based on the pattern, right? And it's simple. And where it doesn't get simple is you start going, what about? And then you're exiting. Keep it simple, man. That's my message to you. Most of the things are simple. Most things in life are simple. Most trading strategies are simple. Should be simple. Should be simple. Man, I appreciate you guys watching on YouTube. Hey, I've got a great video coming out tonight. I think it's great. Breaking down I'm going room by room in a rental property, kind of just touching on a few things in each room to kind of keep an eye out for. It was kind of a practice run. I'm trying to do another one. I'm trying to do a course where we go from room to room, looking at everything. And so these are just practice flowing in the conversation about different rooms. I'll have that uploaded later. You guys be good. Appreciate you on Instagram.